This is Flagler Credit Union Stadium in beautiful Boca Raton, Florida. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration. Senior Day. It's the Rice Owls and the Florida Atlantic Owls. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Guys, Coach Moorhead told me pregame he understands coming off that emotional upset win against the #1 team in the country last week could add a lot of fuel to their fire, but he does not want them focused on that. If they're focused on what they did last week, they won't be locked in and do their jobs this week. Worry about yourself is the advice that this team got from their head coach this week. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Florida Atlantic about to put toe to leather and get this thing started. On the move from inside is 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Owls offense will have the first possession of the game. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority #1.
Grab behind the line, it's Coleman. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
And he gets it right on the cusp, maybe a few pebbles short of a first down on that football. I see the closed fist from the ref. It'll be 4th down. They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The Owls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. 7-yard pickup on that one. It's now 2nd and 3. Let's talk for just a minute about Rice. At some point, the media needs to recognize this is a team on a hot streak. They've put together a nice record, winning 3 straight, now knocking on the door of the top 25.
Yeah, and I think, Reese, the media also realizes what happened early in the season, and they took a few lumps, and they were kind of figuring out who they are. But I feel like the last 3 weeks, Jesse, they're playing as well as anybody in the country, and they know what their identity is.
I agree. I think in college football, year in, year out, teams get better and teams get worse. This is the former. They all of a sudden are starting to realize and figure out what gives them the best chance to win week in, week out. Guys are playing at a very high level. I don't see that stopping today.
Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
They're able to make the stop, but he is beyond the line to gain. It's 1st down Rice.
And they get another 1st down. And this offense right now, man, it's just death by 1,000 cuts, right? Like, not a lot of big plays, but they're finding ways to continue to move the football to get 1st downs. And a lot of times, man, the wear-out factor will come. You run a bunch of plays, and this defense can get tired.
On the move. Got the 1st down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
He's brought down at the 21-yard line. And first down for the offense.
And the Owls back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Here's a give to Washington. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game and really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've now set themselves up here in the red zone looking to score some points.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. They've got him corralled.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss. They completely flip the script, almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation.
Snags it, and there's running room. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Defense all over it.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more body.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Owls.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
7, Florida Atlantic, 0.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. So Florida Atlantic's offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And we focus now on Jelani Thurman. And this guy's developed quite nicely as a security blanket for his quarterback. Red Evan on the RPO. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The Owls can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Fresh center downs going to the air. They're working that left side. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. They'll line up for a second down play. That's the end of the period, and Rice is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Wasting no time slinging it around. Turns it upfield. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. This Florida Atlantic offense is moving quickly. Trying to move them on the counter. They were all over it.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Finds his tight end. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Florida Atlantic decides to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. The Owl offense is out there to get this drive underway. Sees a crease.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Running inside, it's Lewis. Oh, he's got some space. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Quickly to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block and run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Trying to slip through and pick it up. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
And I think this is going to be a focal point moving forward, man. Like stopping the run game. Like they continue to have success and have success now on this 3rd down. They've got to find a way to maybe commit more bodies, be more physical at the point of attack, and take away some of this rushing game.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. Cuts it upfield. It's Lewis.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
They give it back to him. Turning it on. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
And the Owls didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. To the 10. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. Let's see if Rice can get it in on 1st and goal. Running the red zone. It's Lewis. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? Got 5 on that last one now, 2nd and inches. Tries again to get it in. Brought down short of the end zone, and that'll bring up 3rd and goal. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. They believe in their running game on 3rd and goal here. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Rice. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. From deep, it's Lemon. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Florida Atlantic offense ready to go to work. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, your best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. This one's complete. You'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. Now on 1st down from the 28. Fresh set of downs going up top. Caught. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line.
When offenses get 1st downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do.
Makes a grab in their space. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44. Florida Atlantic trying to get back on the ball.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. They've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week he was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
Forced him to get rid of it on 3rd down. Florida Atlantic will send the punt unit onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Looking to throw, it's Walls. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
From the gun, the ground game. Brought down at the 21, but a really big play there to pick up 10. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Quick completion to the right. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Caught by Coleman. Still on his feet at the 45. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Rice ready to kick off and get things started here in the second half. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Working that left side now. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Caught on the RPO. Down he goes.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
Wants to throw again. Makes a catch. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. The Owls come to the line in the hurry-up. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Might as well run him again. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime they were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively. And
oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Returns it all the way back to the 23-yard line, and the defense gets a turnover. Rice takes over. The Owls ready to get that offense cooking again. They'd love nothing more than to take advantage of that early second half turnover and cash in and tack a little bit more onto this lead. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Coleman's got it on the right side. At the 40, there he goes. Snags it and he's open. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. After that big play, they're trying to pay it off right on the goal line. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being real.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Rice. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Owls offense comes out ready to go to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next one.
Turns on the Jets. The 40. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. Florida Atlantic gets to the line quickly. gives it. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown! Oh! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And finally, guys, we've been talking about this offense. When are they going to get it going? When are they going to have that spark? They make the play. They finally get on the board. Now, can they keep the momentum going? Can they play complementary football? Can the defense get a few stops and the offense keep this up?
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Rice makes his way onto the field to get things going on offense. And after that last score, this is just a 2-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. They'll start on the ground with Washington. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Looking for a crease. It's Lewis. He's past the marker. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Here's a give to Washington. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Give to Washington again. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Quick give. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the third quarter comes to a close. Both of these teams still on the outside looking in at the top 25, but here are the rankings as we are winding our way toward the end of the season. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. Fresh center downs going to the air. Got his man. And he runs through 1 tackle and picks up a few. And the Owls with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Rush right in his face. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him.
Open space in the middle. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Lets it fly. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
Touchdown Owls! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Got some green grass. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The Owls come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They'll ride him again. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Changing the routes with his receivers. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Straight ahead, it's Lewis. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. Right side, it's Coleman. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Out wide right, it's Coleman. Open space at the 25. There he goes. Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again. With that last catch, that was 15th receiving score of the season.
Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15.
And in this situation, late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the...
Makes the grab on the big throw. Clods of green grass as he gets it to the 31. Florida Atlantic trying to line up quickly.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Working the ground game. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. The Owl offense is out there to get this drive underway. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
Yeah, they got 3 timeouts on defense, but a first down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. They'll start on the ground with Washington. Past the 6. Might have a chance. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the first down. That is a highly efficient way to move the chains, and now they are threatening inside the 40. Timeout is called, and they got it just in the nick of time before the delay of game penalty. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play after picking up the first. Washington again.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
They're in control of the clock as their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Enough to move the chains. He works his way past the first down marker, and that will put this one away. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they used their 3rd and final timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. And the Owls with the 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Oh, it's a reverse. They couldn't get anybody to bite on that one, and they'll stop him behind the line.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
Wide receiver going in motion. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. The Owls will try to run out the clock in the final minute. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Breaks into the open. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave them a little bit of everything on that one. And the defense in desperation mode, trying to hang on to give their team a chance. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Rice. They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory. Game is essentially over right now, and you wonder if it's really necessary to jack up the score like this.
It might not be necessary, but it won't be forgotten. I can tell you that, because coaches, they don't forget things like this. Late in games, you want to run the score up, get that extra touchdown. I'll get the chance in the future to do this back to you. I like it. Just keep it in the back of your mind.
Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. It's a long shot, I know, but you have to keep fighting till the bitter end, Jesse.
But they call it a long shot for a reason, because they've still technically got a shot. I know it's not great, David, but let's see these guys fight to the end.
It's not great, but keep fighting, keep spinning that pill around. Use every second on this clock to try to get this game as close as you can.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Right side, it's Thurman. He's out of bounds, picked up the first down, but more important, only 15 seconds left.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
5 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different-looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And, David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happens.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going.